All right, everybody, we are going to be doing the relative humidity lab. Sorry that this one is going to be recorded on my cell phone instead of my computer, so I'm not sure what quality this is going to come out. Maybe it'll be better. Anyway, we're going to be doing the relative humidity in the classroom, the hallway, and outside. You learned in class that you use a sling psychrometer to determine relative humidity. This is nothing super fancy. We have a regular thermometer on one side and another regular thermometer, but this thermometer is wearing a sock. And I know that's a super fancy term, but it is exactly what it's called. It's called a sock, which I dip in water, and it's now a wet sock or the wet bulb. When you swing this around, this is how you swing it. It's hard for me to do with my left hand. You're gonna swing this for 2 minutes. As you're swinging it around, the water will start to evaporate off the wet bulb, and it will now become colder, because as water evaporates, it cools the temperature, just like you sweat and you get colder. That's your body's way of cooling yourself down by sweating. The sweat evaporates off your body and cools you down. So again, I'm going to do this for 2 minutes. I will come back and report to you the temperature inside, the temperature of the dry bulb and the temperature of the wet bulb. It has been 2 minutes now, so if I take a look at these, the inside temperature is around 68 Fahrenheit, but we are looking more for the Celsius. So the Celsius temperature inside the classroom is 18 degrees Celsius on the dry bulb. And when we take a look at the wet bulb, we will see that it is between 14 and 15 degrees. I'm gonna go with 14 degrees since it's probably warmed up since I've stopped spinning. We're gonna do the same process for the hallway. So I do have to re-wet it. And then I'll go out in the hallway. You can come with me. And I will spin this guy around again, same way, out in the hall for 2 minutes. And I'll record the temperature of both the dry and the wet bulb. Okay, I am back. After 2 minutes, I'm going to read the temperature of the dry bulb. I do think it got a little warmer out in the hall. I got 19 degrees Celsius for the dry bulb, and the wet bulb. The wet bulb looks to be about 13 degrees Celsius. All right, we're going to redo this process outside. Again, I do have to re-wet. I have to re-wet the wet bulb. And I'm gonna go outside. Again, you guys can come with me. Gotta make sure the door stays open. I don't want to get locked out. Beautiful morning here at Pioneer. Again, I'm going to take my normal sling psychrometer, spin it around for 2 minutes, and report the temperatures inside I keep saying inside and out. Report the temperatures of the dry and the wet. So I'm gonna spin this. Sorry, I'm gonna spin this for 2 minutes. Okay, it's been 2 minutes and I have recorded the dry bulb temperature as 14 degrees Celsius, so it's significantly colder outside. So the dry bulb is 14 degrees Celsius and the wet bulb is down to 12 degrees Celsius. You're going to fill those in on your lab. So again, I'll remind you, that the dry bulb temperature of the classroom was 18 degrees Celsius and the wet bulb was 14. The hallway was 19 out for the dry bulb and 13 for the wet bulb. And outside, the temperature was 14 degrees Celsius and the wet bulb was 12. You will record that information on your lab and determine the relative humidity. Don't forget to complete the rest of the lab. As always, text or message if you have any questions.